your new master, Sauron.
Ha! Gay!
Dad, are you gonna
I know what you did. You're a damn predator. All right, just get the hell out of here. I got a goddamn campaign.
Okay, then I quit as your son.
Never before has the old saying, beating a dead horse, applied more in my life than when I tried to watch Ring Pop and hoped that the writing would improve, respect for the lore would increase, and the plot would become interesting.
Bad idea.
Sadly, I'm teetering on the edge of consciousness at the sheer amount of contrivances, coincidences, and brain-splitting breaks in logic that has come from this first episode. The stupidity of each and every character is so bad that it should probably be studied. For those of you who have become my cult servants and minions, firstly, know that pamphlets and contracts for serving me will be handed out shortly. Secondly, you will know that a day before Season 2 came out, I posted a raw, uncut video about my initial thoughts. I basically said that I don't want the show to be bad. Like, I'm not actively hoping that the show is bad despite my vehement hatred for Season 1. I want the show to do better.
It's not possible.
Not probable.
I don't want any adaptations of Tolkien to be bad. That being said, Ring Piss Season 2 has done absolutely nothing to alleviate my overall hatred of this show.
Oh no, it's bad. It's real bad.
Now, I am not a man of unfairness, and again, wishing that the show was actually good, I will read aloud a few of the times in my notes where I saw actual positive things. Here they be them very minute and superficial.
Deal with it.
Orc armor looks really good. I'm literally reading these. The orc language sounds good. I liked that. The ice effects when Sauron is like with his hands, you know, and like everything turns cold all of a sudden. That was pretty cool. Charlie Vickers has some good acting moments when he's like staring into the fire and he's like crying. The sea monster looks pretty cool. The horses are kind of pretty. The volcano looks cool. Adar has a cool sword. Sauron speaking to the warg was kind of cool, I guess. Like when he scares it off or whatever, I guess. At least they got the look of Círdan right, although that didn't last very long. They gave him a beard, which is awesome because he was literally the only elf that we ever have any record of having a beard. So that was nice. I also like the actor. Oh yeah, thank heavens they got rid of the stupid that they were putting in literally everything. I mean, it's still there, but it's a lot more manageable than it was in Season 1. In Season 1, it sounded like everybody was gargling after every R word.
Galadriel. Is that how people are going to pronounce things the whole time? Numenor, Morgoth, Sauron.
Oh, please stop.
Galadriel, Mordor. It was like, dude, friggin'.
Hey! Take it easy!
Chillax, man. Galadriel actually looks like a woman now. She doesn't look like an angsty teenage boy. And the music is good, although be it very random in really random places. And the trees are pretty. As you probably noticed, all of these are very, very superficial.
Coincidence? I think not.
None of them have to do with the writing, the plot, or the characters. That's where all the bad stuff comes in.
Uh-oh.
Now that that's over, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
So anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Rings of Power Season 2 suffers from several gargantuan problems. They are illustrated throughout all episodes so far and only get worse and worse as time goes on. First, the show suffers from making up as much unneeded drama as possible. This is because there is really no good story being told, so the writers have to stretch out as much as possible in order to pad out the runtime. Right off the bat, Sauron, the Dark Lord, is trying to convince the orcs to join him after Melkor was taken back to Valinor. This is a problem that Sauron never in a million years would have had. Like, are you kidding me? The evil, mindless killing machines aren't going to serve the lieutenant that most likely commanded them in battles over the past millennia? This is one of the most blatant disregards for not only Tolkien's work, but also just logic in general.
This doesn't make any sense. It's good.
Yeah, it'd make a little more sense if these were people, but they're orcs. You know, gross, gritty, friggin' want to just beat up each other and eat each other. The only thing keeping them from killing each other one-on-one is the fact that they have somebody else who's bigger and stronger commanding them about. They're evil. Yes, hello. Hello, good sir. Thank you for walking across my screen. They gravitate to those in power. They'd be begging to serve Sauron. Not to mention the fact that a group of mindless orcs would have absolutely no chance versus the most powerful Maiar to ever live. The fact that they were able to kill him was just ridiculous. I guess they just totally forgot what Sauron was like at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. That would be the equivalent of a swarm of ants taking down an elephant. Stupid.
This is so stupid.
And all of this just seemed like a ploy to let the writers live out their own little venom goo parasite montage, all to try making Sauron the Deceiver into a relatable and understandable villain. This is another show at the writers completely misunderstanding a character like Sauron. He was an unstoppable force hell-bent on world domination. The only thing standing in his way was his master Melkor. Once Melkor was defeated, the field was his to play. Trying to show him suffering and having deep conversations about redemption, all to make him into the next Marvel Loki, is embarrassing. This show should be about the heroes and the struggles against Sauron, not Sauron being swayed to maybe be good one day. It's not only cliche, but it's also completely pointless since we already know where Sauron is going to end up anyways. Another storyline that is going basically nowhere and is there to just bloat the story in an effort to make it interesting is the whole sideshow with not Gandalf and his discount Frodo and Sam. These three morons are nowhere near close to having a meaningful motivation. They basically have just decided it's a good idea to travel to Rune. Why? Don't know.
Oh no.
Not Gandalf the idiot is following the stars or something. I have no idea. I don't even think the writers knew what to do with him.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the I'm talking about.
Not to mention the fact that if Gandalf doesn't remember why he's in Middle-earth, that completely nullifies all of his motivations. He was sent to Middle-earth to destroy Sauron. That was the whole reason the Astari were tasked with leaving Valinor. Yet the writers decided it was a good idea for him to bumble around eating snails and blowing up trees with literally the most annoying hobbit that could possibly have been written. Also, why did the tree blow up? Why? Oh, because we haven't had anything exciting happen in the past 20 minutes. Quick, explosion. Thanks, Michael Bay. Looks like J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay are your biggest fans. So along with characters that have no motivation and plots that are going nowhere, we also have the bumbling band of Bodaggots. We have Galadriel and Gil-galad and Círdan all acting like the opposite of a person that has had to fight Sauron in the past. What I mean by that is the fact that these three characters act as if it's a really, really good idea to just start using the three elvish rings as if they weren't made by the currently most evil guy on the planet, whose only purpose is to dominate those under him. Dominate under him.
Wow, gay!
That is pretty gay.
Their justification is that it'll save the trees, I guess, and Sauron has never touched them, so they can't have his influence, right? First of all, you unwiped pignuts haven't even watched your own show, because not only was Sauron there for every step taken to create the first three rings, he clearly handled them. Yeah, you remember this? Remember this? Yeah, he's handling them, he's touching it. Keeping continuity throughout a show is quite important, but it seems to have not made the list of musts for this show. But hey, sea monsters and Sauron gooey did make the list, I guess.
This is so stupid.
They say that a character is only as ever smart as its writer, and with that in mind, we can only assume that the writers of the show are mammering braggarts, because not a single elf in Middle-earth would put on a ring that they know was created by a villain that uses deception and lust for power as a way to manipulate. This was very clear in Tolkien's writing. Are you trying to make your characters dumb? Because This is almost impressive. Not to mention the fact that the only people skeptical of Sauron in the books when the rings were made are the exact people in this show that are acting like buffoons. Tolkien was smart, so he made his protagonists intelligent enough that it necessitated Sauron being an evil genius. Yet here they are purposefully playing into his hands. On purpose. You might as well have Sauron tell them to their face, "I'm going to seduce you."
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb!
You gave Círdan the beard, but not the brains. Oh wait, he doesn't even get to keep that either? For Manway's sake. The point of the 3 elvish rings was to create 3 separate rings to counteract any power Sauron might have had over the other 16. As soon as Sauron created the one, he knew he had screwed up because the elves had outsmarted him to an extent. I truly did not know it was possible to screw up the forging of the rings of power so spectacularly, but you guys dove in at light speed.
This is so stupid!
It's all right there. All you had to do was lightly breeze through the Silmarillion and you would have been on the right track. Apparently, opening a book is a flipping superpower nowadays.
Okay, guys. My gut is telling me to throw this book in the trash.
Well,
It's
yeah.
absolute nonsense.
I think we're all feeling the same things, but I think we need to fight that instinct.
Elrond is incredibly the only character in the entire show that is acting in character to his authored counterpart. He is totally right to distrust the rings and to bash Galadriel about it. Why is everyone else retarded? Oh yeah, because the show wouldn't exist if the characters actually acted rational, which shows you how bad the writing is, because if everyone actually had a brain, they'd have no story.
Think about that. That's just dumb.
You gave Elrond the brains, but yeah, you still gave him a friggin' mullet. When will it end? I want to like the show, guys, but it's like you're deliberately giving me reasons to hate it. Like I said, there's a lot of grievances. Most of them have to do with them blatantly disregarding the lore, but there are a lot of contrivances and plot holes and leaps in logic that we're going to go over. However, because editing a video that's more than 20 minutes long can take longer than an entire shift of work, we're going to have to rapid fire the last handful. This will be our new bit that we will be adopting this season called Rapid Fire Stupidity, invented by J.J. Abrams.
Got him!
Put on your helmets, your brain is about to fall out. Why was there a fade to black from one shot only to fade back into the exact same shot? It accomplished nothing and stood out like a global warming activist on a highway.
It's just dumb!
Why is Sauron gay? Why doesn't Adar look like an orc? Man, he's actually an Uruk, one of the first orcs. Nope, Uruk is just the orcish word for orc, you potato.
Get some help.
These orcs are clearly on wires. That CGI stuck out. Why does Sauron need to eat a bunch of creatures to regenerate? He's an immortal godlike being. This is stupid, but also dumb.
Well, maybe it is stupid, but it's also dumb.
You're telling me that Elrond stole the rings and rode all the way to Eregion, and Galadriel wasn't able to catch him the whole time? That means that she was chasing after him for several days, over several hundred miles. Either he is a god at horse riding, or Galadriel is much more incompetent than she is portrayed. Why are the elves switching back and forth from Elvish to Common, even though all of them speak Elvish and Common? In PJ's adaptations, they would only switch when they didn't want others to hear them, wanted to make a point, or Elvish was their native language. This may be a nitpick, but man, it just felt so unnecessary when they switched back and forth. How did this show cost $1 billion and the only material they could get for armor making was paper mache?
You swear allegiance to Adar, Lord Father of the Uruks.
Gee, why? Why did you kill this guy after literally 1 second of waiting for him to pledge to you? Jeez, you could have at least let the guy take a breath.
Let my people go.
Is Sauron Moses now? Adar's second actor pretty much sucks compared to the old one, unfortunately. Why do I like torturing myself? Because watching this is like torturing myself. Further cliche. I mean, tell us something is about to explode without telling us it's about to explode. This is like, I swear, in every single movie nowadays.
Boring!
Harfoots who are supposedly in tune with nature sing songs to kill bugs.
We used to sing little boogie songs so they'd have music to dance to.
What the hell is happening here?
I'm fine with them killing bugs, but why the heck do they need to sing to them? If you're trying to come off Tolkienian, you're vehemently failing.
That was weird.
Why do you guys still suck at making wargs that look real? Elves just look like dudes. There's nothing ethereal or otherworldly about them. They just look like stoners in bathrobes. Jeez, this is getting long.
I'm dying here.
Why do most trained elvish warriors freaking suck at tracking?
We've scoured everywhere water meets rock, and yet there's no trace of him.
You suck.
Elrond went all the way to the Grey Havens and wasn't caught? Man, everyone is incompetent, I guess.
Something louder than the sea.
Oh man, I bet this guy really likes boats. Dur, dur, dur.
Well, no shit.
Again, with the non-fitting papier-mâché armor, it just looks horrible. $1 billion, guys. Where did it go? Where did it go? I don't know. Galadriel's logic is precisely, Elrond wants to destroy the rings. That means that he wants another older and wiser elf on his side. Like, what? How does that possibly track? I cannot follow the logic. Her logic should have been, oh, Elrond wants to destroy the rings. Oh man, he's probably looking for a hammer.
I'll smash it with a hammer.
Dumb. No, writers, it wasn't a surprise that Poppy was following them the whole time. You couldn't have made that more obvious. Why does it take music for the Harfoots to do anything? Music shows them where to go. It kills bugs for them? Like, what does this mean? What are you doing? Yeah, a fish bumped Círdan's boat, and that's what changes his entire perspective on the rings being evil, even though Elrond just took 20 minutes convincing him that they needed to be destroyed. Yeah, that might as well happen, I guess.
Who cares?
Yeah, they tortured Sauron for like 1 second, and now they're letting him go?
Why?
As coals too long removed from the hearth, we must return to our home or diminish forever into endless night.
Nope, this doesn't sound Tolkienian. It just sounds dumb, I'm afraid. Sorry. How can these rings be perfection if one of them looks like it was made by a 5-year-old and some wire? $1 billion, guys. $1 billion, and this is the ring that you made. How in the puking, boiled-brained codswallop did Sauron get to Eregion from Mordor before an elf messenger did? After going to Mordor from Eregion. He went there and back in the time it took for them to send one messenger to Eregion, who definitely died before he got there. Can Sauron fly? Did he train with Goku and now he can instant transmission? Hold on to that plot point, guys, because that one single plot point is about to drive the entirety of this show's problems. That's just one episode, guys. It took me so long to make myself do this. I hope you like it. I hope you like my video, I mean. I don't possibly know how I'll get through 7 more, but I promise I promise I will find the will. Even the harshest storm can be sailed through. Probably. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have the review for episode 2 out soon as well, but keep me in your prayers, guys, because this is taking so much energy out of me. It's such a slogfest, unfortunately, and it only gets worse, I'm afraid. Regardless, we will push through. I love you all, and tune in for episode 2 reviews soon, alright? Goodbye!
Hey, f*** off.